Tonight we investigate a building located in a rural area known as Halewood. Its buildings and hauntings date back as early as the 17th century. Strange occurrences here are not uncommon, and on one occasion the actual figure of a laughing cavalier once befriended a young boy in the woods and later admitted he had been dead for years before vanishing right in front of the child's eyes. We enter this world knowing only life, yet death awaits us all. Using some of the most up-to-date scientific equipment, we endeavour to gather evidence that there is life after death. These are our investigations into the mysterious world of the paranormal. Whatever you have seen, whatever you have felt, whatever you believe, there is more to this world. There is the ghost dimension. Our journey tonight takes us to a public house, which has been around since the early 1800s. It has had multiple uses during its time, from stables to hotel rooms. Many people have passed through its doors, and it would appear some of those visitors have never left. Hello and welcome. This is the Wellington Hotel in Hale, and this is Ghost Dimension. This pub has a long history of unexplained paranormal activity and things going bump in the night. And tonight, we're gonna bump back.
Since we've been here, we've had a few incidents. Glasses falling off the tables. One particular incident, 6:15 in the morning, we were upstairs and we had the music turn on automatically full blast. Can't explain why. It just happened. So we come down, turned it all off again, and other instances is where we in the function room we've got a fire exit. I went down there, check it every time there's a function on. Went down there earlier on with yourselves, and there was a chair down there. Can't explain why. It wasn't a chair when I went down there to check the other day, so I'm not quite sure what the chair's doing down there, but it was interesting to say the least.
When we arrived on location, Ian had taken us on a tour of the building, and inside of the function room the thermostat was set to heat the area, and upon our return had mysteriously switched itself off.
I was showing you around the function room, and it was quite cold in there, so I suggested I'll turn the heating on. Now I'm a heating engineer by trade, so I know what I'm doing when I turn the room thermostat up. Turned it up, you hear the click, which I've done many a time, and come down, and my partner Michelle took you back up there, and she said she'd turned the heating on for you. You'd explained that Ian had already turned it on, and it was down again. It'd been turned down again. Again, I can't explain why, but I knew I'd turned it up. You know, I do it millions of times in work, so I just can't explain why that happened.
Ian took you up to the function room earlier on. A little bit chilly up there, and Ian turned the heating on. I'm sure he did. Turned the thermostat halfway till it clicks, which is what you normally do. And then all of a sudden, I take you back up there, thinking it's going to be a bit warmer or whatever, and then check the heating and it's back to zero.
Many of the reports have come from past landlords and customers, and no one has yet been able to identify the cause of these occurrences.
In the training room upstairs, I've turned the light off on a couple of occasions and then gone outside to the car and seen that the lights are on. And I don't think anybody else has been in there after me. There's definitely a feeling in the pub, especially when you're closing up at night and you feel like you're being watched.
The upstairs is a place most people fear to venture into, and the sounds of heavy booted footfalls have been heard, and loud bangs as if furniture was being moved or dropped. Upon investigation, no one was found to be up here.
Shadows have been reported moving along the walls and between rooms, but there's a twist. They have been the shadows of what is thought to have been a dog. And what makes this more compelling is back in the 1980s, whilst the roof was being repaired, the bones of a dog were found in the rafters.
People have heard their names called by a deep, gruff voice, and their clothes tugged, which has resulted in some hasty departures from this dark, foreboding floor.
We have a lady working here, Christine, who's been here around 11 years, and she's experienced quite a few things, like having her hair pulled back while she's been on the tills, thinking that there's someone behind her, and then when she's turned, there's nobody there. And then she's shouted out, "If you do that again, I'll kill you," type of thing. And they've done it again and again, nobody there. She's had her top pulled. She's been actually walking up to the function rooms, up the stairs, and felt like someone was pulling her back.
The activity seems centralised to the upper floors of the building, and with so many varied encounters, what would Devante believe could be some of the causes of the reports here?
So the Wellington Hotel is quite an old building, being about 100 years old. With that, it comes with its own problems, such as creaking in the floorboards, cracks in the walls, quite old pipework running through the walls. It's also recently had a refurbishment, so with the refurb, it means there's going to be a lot more new wires running throughout. These new wires could be the reason as to why it's interfering with the EMF rather than actual paranormal activity. In the hotel itself, there was actually like dog bones found. Since those bones have been found, there's been rumours of a shadow dog moving between rooms. I don't think it's this. I think it's more just the fact, light coming through windows, giving off a shadow, but because people now know about the dog, they now want to see the dog. So that's what more than likely is actually happening. It's been reported that a pint one time had actually slid off the bar itself. Now, they think that this was something paranormal actually done it. What I actually think is, first, take into account how old the hotel is, the boards aren't going to be exactly level on the bars, and then you get condensation around the glass itself. Once the condensation runs down to the base of the glass, it forms a sort of puddle. On an angled slope and a wet surface, the glass is naturally just going to move slightly over time. As it's moving, it's eventually just going to topple over the end. It's just the way it happens. The jukebox inside the hotel has been rumored to just, turn on by itself, and it's freaked quite a lot of people out to the point where they've reported it as something not in the ordinary. The only issue is that with these jukeboxes, they were actually wired to every now and again spit out a random song. The reason behind this is so people don't forget that the jukebox is there. It'll spit out a random song, and then it'll promote people to be like, "Oh yeah, the jukebox is there, let me just put some money in now and get my track ready for the next one." And then again, if it goes a time without a song being paid for, it'll just randomly choose a track to, again, get people's attention. So with the building being so old and all the rumours surrounding it anyways, with the hauntings that people in the past have seen, it can play a trick on the people coming in now that are reporting their findings. What might actually just be happening is they've got these stories in the back of their mind. They're in a building that's this old. It's more like subconsciously they want to see something, they want to be scared, and that'll play a trick on the mind.
Ghost Dimension. Tonight we investigate hauntings at the Wellington Hotel. But what could be the cause of all of the activity? A previous visitor? A deceased landlord? Let's hope we find out. First impressions of the Wellington pub. I come in and instantly it's a very happy pub. The atmosphere is lovely, really is. It's on a light. It might be different later on. Who knows?
This place has got to be one of the most oddest places I've ever had the privilege of walking around. And as you walk around, you already feel the atmosphere emanating throughout this building. And with activity already, I'm looking forward to finding out what happens tonight.
We were doing our walk around looking at the building. We came into the function room and the heating was turned on by Ian, and then later on was turned off by who knows what. And then when his partner Michelle came up, she said, I'll just put the heating on for you. And then the heating was off. Who turned it off? We'll find out tonight, hopefully.
I'm looking forward to investigate this room tonight, which is the function room, because this place has drawn me ever since I've come inside of this building to here. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm going to capture something. Stuff's happened in here already with the dials of the heating. I feel like something's going to happen here, and I can't wait. I'm going to get the equipment out later and investigate in here.
I think walking around this building, I must say, the passage out, walking out to the fire escape, I think that's the place that scares me the most. And hopefully I'll be able to do a lone vigil in there tonight.
I'm not scared, I'm intrigued, and I can't wait to find out what's going to happen tonight.
So have you got it on?
It's on, it's ready, it's locked off, it's got a REM pod there, so if anything does come near this experiment's going to alarm, and I put the REM pod aerial right next to the thermostat, so if anybody's going to mess with that dial, they've got to get past that REM pod and it should alarm. So let's leave that on lock off.
We're downstairs. Now, it's weird about this area because the owner, Michelle, she told us that this chair, they came down and it randomly was here. They don't know why, but what we're going to investigate is why. See if we can pick anything up, really. We've got an EVP on it, which is currently on, and a REM pod on the stairs, and do you want to...
Yeah, we've also got our specially made static detector on the stairs, which is right there. We've grounded it to the stairs as well. So if anything comes towards us or comes down these stairs, if it gets missed by the REM pod, which is there next to it, maybe it'll get picked up by the grounding of our static machine. Also, we've got the voice box, which is here, which people like to call PSB7. If we can get a reaction from a spirit on that, maybe we can get some form of communication. I thought I heard a voice then.
I thought I heard a voice.
Female's voice.
Yes, female's voice. There.
Yeah.
Hello?
Is anybody here with us? Can you come towards us? Tell us who you are?
Did you hear that?
On the stairs.
Yeah.
So this is me in the function room. We have set up some REMs and we've got the Alice box out tonight. I will also try some EVP if I can find the recorder. Got a table full of equipment. That's coming on, I think. And we're now recording on the EVP. If there's anybody here with me now, many. Oh, look at that. I'll just ask this if there's anybody, and it's come up with many. How many? How many of you are there here? Either use the device that you've just told me there's many here, or this one that I'm holding. This will hopefully record your voice. Can you tell me your voice?
almost immediately after we switched on the voice box, we caught a voice that identified itself as George. Following this response, the door at the top of the stairs banged, and again a voice spoke out with the word I, and we could also feel pressure on our stomachs.
On my tummy. On my tummy.
Did you hear that? The door banged.
Which door?
Up there.
Seriously?
I. She said I. Had we just connected to the spirit that was the cause of all of the activity? And if so, who was it, and what more would we find out?
George, if you're here still with us, we've got a device on this chair here which will record your voice if you speak into it. So speak into it and talk to us. Did you die here by falling down the stairs?
No way. Did you hear the stairs?
Yeah, man.
George, another question. If you can speak into the device with the red light on the chair, are you alone? Did you hear that? It was like
That was an
woman's voice.
instantaneous response, so like, So we would have got that on EVP.
What was that?
Rah, 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 rah. Rah, 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 rah. Is somebody else here with us? With George? Is somebody else here to communicate?
Numb. Are you picking up, Dan? Is that your name? Is your name Dan? I'm Paul. Hello, Dan. Dan, can you set one of those devices off? There's one on the table, one on the stage, and one over at the bar. Can you set one of those off for me, please? There's a couple of very loud bangs then. It's very hard to describe if you haven't had it before, but that feeling of being in an empty room yet still have company. I don't feel like I'm alone in here. Certainly now the Big Bang, certainly the Alice box would back that up a bit. Hang. Okay, so that says hang. Dan, were you hung? Is that what happened? Did you hang? Oh, what was that? Okay, there's a green light just there. It's a security light. I just saw a shadow. Mischief. I just saw a shadow. Very quickly just show you that said mischief. I just saw a shadow on the floor like there was somebody stood there. Let's see if I can. I can't even show you really because it's an odd angle, but it just looked like there was a shadow of somebody stood just there for a second. I actually stopped because I thought I was going to bump into somebody.
No, that didn't just happen.
Think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was very faint.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like somebody's fallen down the stairs.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
But the devices aren't going off on the stairs to get the reaction. We need something stronger, George.
Tonight, our investigation of the Wellington Hotel was proving to be very successful, and already we had received instant paranormal activity as we investigated some of the most haunted areas in the building. But what more was in store for us, and will we finally uncover the truth behind its hauntings?
George, if you're anybody who's here now with us, can you touch one of these pieces of equipment on the stairs, make it go off? You've done brilliantly by communicating with us via the device on the chair. I heard it.
Whoa, that vibrated this entire wall.
That sounds like somebody pushed the door open.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can see right there, the door's closed. Wow. This is active,
I'm going to
isn't it?
stand at the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Sean's going to go upstairs. That's Sean because he just walked next to it.
What the?
What the?
The door just opened. Like, literally, the door just opened.
Is that you, Dan? Are you causing mischief? Is that what you're trying to do? You certainly made me pause for a second. I thought I was about to bump into you. Where are you, Dan? Can you go towards that device? Or that device? Or the one on the bar? Set any one of those off. It's really good that you're talking to me through the Alice box, but I just want a little bit of concrete evidence that you're intelligently listening and can understand what I'm saying to you. So can you just set one of those devices off for me? Really appreciate it if you could, or if you wish, keep talking to me through this.
Did you hear that?
I did. Tap, tap.
Tap, tap,
Tap, tap. I did.
Yeah. Can you throw something at us?
George, can you
jump on the floor next to Bex or on these stairs? Did you get that?
Yeah. George, can you make Sean feel like you felt that night you fell down the stairs? George? Is that you?
It's weird, isn't it? It's like somebody's stood in here.
With us.
Yeah.
But it's like there's a couple of people now. Because when you were up there, there's a sound behind me.
Here, yes. I heard you. I heard that noise. So well done you. Could you do it again? Could you do another noise? Whoa, 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 whoa. Fantastic. Thank you. That's brilliant. Thank you, Dan. That's exactly how you use the REM. Thank you. Wow, that's a very unusual way to do it. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was unbelievable, because just as that went off, something touched my back and I was just about to turn the camera around, and then the REM went off, and it was down here that I heard something.
The activity was increasing, and whoever was haunting here was making themselves known. But how would they react as we split into lone vigils and start to delve even deeper into the building? Would we entice even stronger connections from the spirit world?
I'm going to investigate the area loft space, and in this loft space there was nearly tripped up. In this loft space there was reports of seeing a dog, and then when they uncovered this area they found remains of a dog. So I'm going to be doing a little lone vigil up here and seeing what we get. Now I'm just going to get down here, show you what I've got in terms of equipment. I've got an EVP recorder which I'm going to set up now while I'm talking, just in case anything, while I'm talking naturally, in case anything starts to talk back. So that's on record. I'm going to put that here on the floor where the dog was found. I've got me normal K2 meter, I've got a periscope, so that should be good. It works. It's green for good and red for bad, so I'll carry that around with me. And I also have a REM pod. I also have a REM pod which I'm going to set up in this little cubby hole, and you'll see in a minute when I just spin the camera around where I'm going to set it up. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to put it here. Now, there's a little cubby hole. It's just in there, and it looks quite scary. So I'm going to put my K2 on there, and I have my periscope. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see the green. So green is what we want, really. And the red is danger. Red is a bad spirit, green is a good spirit. Sorry, I have a cold. I'm just going to go in, straight in, and I'm going to start calling out.
Okay, I'm in the function room, and this room is one of the most active places in this entire building. I've also set some equipment up in here. I'm going to tell you what I've got, and then we'll get the investigation going. Over here is where the thermostat is, which has been going off on the wall right there. So I've stuck a REM pod over here. We'll switch that on, ready. And if anything comes near it, maybe we'll capture it. I've got a REM on the floor here. And that was a REM just going off right now. I've got a REM on the floor there. A REM at the back over here. And I've also got right over here a geophone attached to the floor. And if anything loud bangs or walks near it, the lights will go off. On this side here, I've also got a touch torch. If anything comes near that, hopefully it can be interacted with and it'll switch on. I've also got the voice machine, the voice box, which we'll switch on in a moment and ask. But let's see if there's anybody here. Is anybody here in this room with me right now that can communicate or make a noise? Can you give me an indication you are here? Make a sound. You were here before.
This is what's called the training room of the Wellington Hotel in Hale. And in here, lights don't stay either off or on. So somebody might turn them off and then they'll come back on, and vice versa. Now there's a lot of modern equipment in here. There's computers, because this is a training room for whoever. And there's a lot of chairs, but the one thing that stands out to me is this very old wardrobe. It looks out of place. Now, I'm just going by the rule of thumb that it's a person, a place or an object that is the subject of a haunting. So either a building's haunted, a person's haunted, or a wardrobe's haunted. So I'm going to see what happens in here. We're going to try a couple of different experiments. I've got a REM actually in the wardrobe there, which I think you can see. And I've also put a REM on a chair just near the light switch, because it would be really good if the lights came on while I'm in here. And the REM clocked somebody coming close to them.
Ghost dimension. The Wellington Hotel was becoming a hive of paranormal activity, and already had served some of the most audible phenomena we had ever heard. But what more was in store for us as we venture alone into the darkness and most active areas of the building?
Can you tell me your name? Yeah, right, you won't have seen that. You won't have seen that. But the door to the cubbyhole, it felt like it banged on me. It felt like it moved on me. I don't know, maybe you'll see that on the camera. I wasn't looking at the camera, but it did look like it moved. Can you do that again? Can you move the door? It's like a little scratch. I heard like a little scratch, like... It sounded like somebody was standing there. It sounded like there was a creaky floorboard over there.
If you are the person that has been turning the heating down and off and making the noises that we've been hearing, please make a noise for me now. No way. And again. And again. And again. Louder. Is this the presence who was here before? Walk around this room and interact with one of the devices we've got in here.
Can you close the door to the wardrobe? Or can you affect the device that's in the disaster? Let's hope there won't be a disaster tonight. Can you do something with that wardrobe if you're connected to it? There's two very loud knocks, one at either end of the room. Under. Carrier. Okay, so that's three loud knocks. And the obelisk will not shut up. Should what? And again.
Something or someone had joined each one of us on our lone vigils, and we all had our very own personal paranormal encounters. But as Paul was hearing noises, we caught the following disembodied voice, and when we replayed the audio back, it sounded like somebody was calling Paul's name.
Okay, so that's three loud knocks. And the obelisk will not shut up. Should what?
Whoever this spirit was, it was clearly intelligent to be able to call Paul's name, and with so much strength, would it be able to reveal its true identity?
I'm just going to put this down because the K2 was going off, and you can't see it because it's sitting down. Oh look, the monitor's going off now. Maybe it's over here. Look. Are you willing to give me a sign that you're here? I'm Bex, and I'm a paranormal investigator, and I'm not here to harm you. Let's put that down as well. See? The K2's going off. And that monitor going off. You can't see it, but the red one's there as well. That's going off as well. If the K2 meter goes off, I'll show you. Can you give me a knock? Can you knock like this?
Do you want me to leave? Go now! No way! That there, right there, just said go now. Who are you telling me to go now? Who are you? Whoa, okay. Now that's the REM going off right there. Somebody has really walked over here and please go. That just said please go again. That's still alarming.
Come on, I know you can do it. Oh look, the monitor was there, the periscope was going red. Just red on its own. I'm glad I've put it down because any movement that I was doing could have affected it. Maybe, I don't know how it works. Can you give me a knock? Yeah? Can you do it again? Please, can you do that knock again? Faint knock, I don't know if you'd have picked that up. There's definite knock. Thank you very much for doing the knock. You know, it sounded like a dog's tail, to be honest. Is there anyone there?
Look, something's knocking. Is that you that's knocking? Somebody knocking on the wood. Human. Yes, are you human? And again. Learn. What do I need to learn? Training. This is a training room. This is a training room. People coming here to learn. Yes.
We just had some intense activity there. I was told to please leave, go now. I'm not leaving. I'm staying right here until I find out who you are. Tell me who you are. Do you mean anybody harm? Will you communicate with me audibly? That came from right down there, exactly where we just left. Who are you? Tell me who you are. Oh my God. I can hear you moving around this room. I just want to witness you. Can you set the REM pod I've got, this device on the middle of the floor? Whoa.
I can definitely hear scratching. It's like this. Hello? Okay, it's just starting to get a little bit weird now. Things are starting to happen everywhere. And I'm hearing noises left, right and centre. Give you a wider field. Let's see that. That was interesting, the cubby hole. It's definitely getting some things going on there. It sounds like somebody's tapping on this door. I don't know if you caught that before when it opened. Is that you?
Really appreciate what you're doing. And I hope you know Oh, what's that? Seen. Have you seen me? Can you see me? Hello? Tap again at the top. You're doing really well. What else can you do though? Can you make a noise somewhere else? Can you move something? Give me your name on this device here. Let's just try and put it in the water. No way, travel. Travel. Have you travelled with this wardrobe? That was pretty good, wasn't it? Where did you... Knock at the back again. Is there more than one of you in here? Am I talking to two different spirits?
Are you here with me right now? It's Scarborough if that handle went down. Are you here? Can you make the handle go down at the door? Can you touch the handle? And make the handle move? If you've got enough energy to talk to me, you've got enough energy to move the handle. I think that handle's moving. I'm going to rest it on the banister so I'm not moving my hand. Let me just hold the camera there. I think the handle may be moving. Can you push that or use all your energy and move that handle?
Move the thermostat and turn it down. What the hell? Where the hell was that? Tap, tap, tap. 1, 2, 3. I literally... Do it again. 1, 2, 3. Copy me. One. 2, 3. This is amazing.
Ghost dimension. It's clear the Wellington Hotel has hauntings, and tonight we encountered this paranormal activity directly, yet we were unable to identify who these spirits are. But perhaps they will one day reveal themselves or remain a mystery forever.